Welcome everybody to the Equalizer. This is the weekly. I'm Jeff Kassouf. Monday, April 18th now, and we're coming to you from the studio. Yes, obviously we wanted to film it in Boston in Harvard Stadium. Conditions were a little bit tough for being able to hear me on the microphone. A very windy night. Nice night, but extremely windy, as you probably saw on the Fox Soccer Channel game. So obviously Western New York and Boston Breakers featured in that game. Western New York picks up its first ever win in WPS play. Looked very good. I think the story is probably that everyone is probably most focused on is Alex Morgan making her pro debut in a start. She looked very good, very fast, very athletic, very soft-spoken after the game as well. So, good debut for her. She combined well with Christine Sinclair up top. Probably, pretty scary to think about the fact that Marta wasn't even in that lineup. So, you add Marta into that, and that three-pronged attack is extremely scary to think about. We'll see how much they're actually around together. And it sounds like they'll be around together a pretty decent amount of time, at least early on here in the season, obviously late in the season after the World Cup. So that's going to be extremely dangerous. Christine Sinclair obviously scoring off a Morgan assist, and that really kind of summed up the partnership on the day. Carolyn Sager in the middle, really the general running the show. She did well there in the middle to kind of distribute, find Morgan, find Sinclair, and link that midfield to the forward line. A 4-5-1 defensively for the Flash, shifted into a 4-3-3. Morgan kind of hung out on the right for the most part. But, overall it looked good for Western New York. Even the defense, Ali Riley looked good. The whole back line, Whitney Engen. Ashlyn Harris didn't really have to do much, but still came up pretty well. Unlucky to give up that late goal, which she couldn't totally do much about. Boston, a little bit indecisive in the final third on Sunday. You can check out our match report on the Equalizer with a quick video interview with Kelly Smith where she talks about a little bit of a breakdown in the midfield. And that was kind of the difference. A pretty good performance from Boston, just a little bit overmatched athletically, I think. Western New York a lot faster. And, on that note, Gemma Davison, extremely athletic, probably one of the faster players we've seen, and she's not even fit, according to Coach Aaron Lyons, who said very daringly that she would probably dice up any outside back in this league. And judging by the little bit that we saw from her on Sunday, it seems that could very well happen. She got that goal, looked very dangerous, cutting in from that left flank, and extremely fast. Player to watch for Boston, I think, after Sunday, as well as the opener and the win against Atlanta. Keelan Winters, I think, is someone to really look out for. See how this rookie season goes for her. Doing well so far. Looked good in the midfield. Looked very comfortable interacting with Kelly O'Hara, Kelly Smith, Lauren Cheney, and the rest of that midfield. So we'll see how Keelan Winters progresses. Smith's vision on the day, pretty good. Unlucky not to pick up an assist or two, actually. There was one time in the first half there where she found Kelly O'Hara on a great delayed run, and O'Hara put it into the side of the netting. Not in the goal, but just missing outside the post. And that was unlucky for Smith and for O'Hara, really. On Saturday's action, obviously we had two games that were supposed to happen. We had some action and some that obviously didn't quite happen, which is a little bit of a funny situation there with Magic Jack traveling up to Philadelphia. Game didn't happen, postponed from Thunder and Lightning. Word was curfew at Widener University. The game wouldn't have ended in time. The confusion lives on with Magic Jack, so that game will be rescheduled at some point. We don't know when, but Magic Jack another week now without seeing them, so they'll debut, we hope, without any weather delays at home on Saturday against Boston, and we'll try to get you coverage from there as well. Philadelphia, obviously, just another week off after a pretty decent start last week. And then, you have Atlanta and Sky Blue, the game that did happen. Atlanta gets the 1-0 victory. Most reports out of there say Sky Blue looked very good, dominated most of possession, and certainly the highlights show how well Sky Blue did, getting chances on goal, but certainly not finishing them. Atlanta's goal looked a little bit sketchy as to whether or not it actually crossed the line. Looked like Carrie Dew might have cleared that, but no real good camera angle to tell. Sky Blue switching to 3-5-2. Head coach Jim Gabara said on the phone, he went to the 3-5-2 to try and create some more attacking options. Felt that he could do it against Atlanta, which only really hung one striker up top for most of the game. So he didn't feel that it was too much of a risk with only one striker up top for the beat. But Atlanta picks up the win. They're very proud. I would say slightly surprising, but I don't think it's I don't think anyone's writing Atlanta off to the sense that they're not going to win a game. I think that it's more of a comparative thing where the beat obviously matching up with Sky Blue well on the day. I think that this weekend should certainly tell us some more about both Atlanta and Western New York as they match up on the Fox Soccer Game of the Week in Atlanta. The way Western New York played this Sunday, it's going to be a very tough matchup for Atlanta. So we'll see, if they're able to kind of hold their own. I'm not sure that, I think Western New York's going to be heavily favored in that one, but we'll see how that progresses. But overall, pretty good weekend again. 2 straight weekends now with great national TV game, very exciting. I think pretty even and well-played games, so WPS has to be happy with that. We'll see if that continues in week 3 with Western New York visiting Atlanta. We'll continue to bring you updates throughout the week. Obviously, you can check back here next Monday for another version of the Weekly. I'm Jeff Kassouf, and thank you for watching.